Welcome all. Today's top breaking news with Gitanjali from Bayan Times. Saptavarna approach launched for monitoring COVID-19 fever surveys in Srikakulam district. District Collector J. Nivas launched the Saptavarna rainbow approach for district monitoring of fever surveys in Srikakulam. For the early detection and treatment of COVID-19 cases, fever clinics have been set up across the district. The medical and health teams have started visiting households to monitor the patients and people with comorbid conditions. The teams will also identify returnees, if any, without the notice of the officials concerned. During the survey, the health teams will put up color stickers for 7 days, one color for each day at the houses. Monitoring teams will inspect the survey based on the stickers. The first COVID-19 case was recorded in district on April 24 and the count reached 1954 in 2.5 months. Of the total cases, over 1100 cases were reported in just 14 days of July. The district also crossed 1 lakh mark in COVID-19 tests. The survey team should put up violet color sticker on Monday, indigo on Tuesday, blue, green, yellow, orange and red on the subsequent days, said the collector. The survey teams will also create awareness during the visits to ensure regular visit of the households. The Saptavarna approach has been designed, he added. Andhra Pradesh cabinet likely to meet today on Visakhapatnam capital shift. The state cabinet, which is scheduled to meet on Wednesday, is likely to chalk out a roadmap to shift the executive capital to Visakhapatnam, as decentralization bill intended to create 3 capital cities for Andhra Pradesh was tabled in the state legislative council for second time a month ago. The government is of the view that it would be deemed to have been passed after July 17. Sources said that though the issue is not on the agenda for discussion, the Chief Minister may elicit the opinions of his cabinet colleagues as the meeting is being held 2 days before the decentralization bill would be deemed to have been passed, as per the claim of the Treasury benches. DGP Gautam Sawant's recent visit to Vizag, during which he inspected locations to shift the police department, and Principal Secretary CMO Praveen Prakash reported visit to the city to identify places to set up government buildings, show the government is preparing the ground to shift the capital, sources said. Andhra Pradesh government to give rupees 15,000 to keen of COVID-19 victims for last rites. The state government will give rupees 15,000 to the keen of COVID-19 victims to perform their last rites. This was announced by Chief Minister Y.H. Jagannath Reddy after he and health department officials discussed the obstacles faced in cremating victims' bodies. The Chief Minister also said hospitals that refuse to treat COVID-19 patients will face action and could lose their recognition and permission to operate. As for quarantine centers, he said proper sanitation and food must be ensured, and officials must collect a special drive over the next week to assess the situation. Officials are responsible for ensuring high standards at COVID care centers and quarantine centers and can make changes in this regard, he said, and advised them to put up hoardings at these centers with the call center numbers so people can lodge complaints. Besides this, the officials were told to call each COVID care center, quarantine center, and hospital for feedback. 3 calls should be made every day at random to address the issues raised, he said. Underlining the need for quality services at hospitals, COVID care centers, and quarantine centers, Jagan asserted that the fight against coronavirus would be a long term one. 40 employees of Tirupati's SVIMS test positive for COVID-19. Outpatient services suspended. Outpatient OP services at Sri Venkateshwara Institute of Medical Sciences (SVIMS) were suspended for 4 days as 40 of its staff, including doctors and paramedics, have tested positive for the coronavirus. OP services were also cancelled at BIRRD Hospital, also run by the TTD. Meanwhile, SVRR Hospital, another COVID hospital, is also strained at Chittoor district, has been reporting cases in triple digits every day. It recorded 238 new cases, which took the total number of infections to 3,074, with more than 1,000 cases recorded in Tirupati alone and over 100 in the rural Mandal. The temple city has emerged as COVID-19 hotspot. Though officials of the Tirupati Municipal Corporation have been making desperate efforts to contain the virus and enforce the partial lockdown in the city from Monday, Locals firmly believed that now was the time to enforce a stringent lockdown in the city. The fact that the coronavirus cases and toll have doubled in the span of a week reflects the grave situation in Chittoor. According to official data, the overall infections and toll here were 1,510 and 15 respectively on July 7, but they have shot up to 3,074 and 29 by Tuesday. After 4 months of COVID lockdown, Andhra Pradesh set for resumption from August 1. After remaining closed since the imposition of the lockdown, the state government has decided to throw open the tourist destinations across Andhra Pradesh for visitors from August 1. Tourism Minister Muttam Sethi Srinivas Rao, who held a meeting with Tourism and Cultural Department officials on Tuesday, announced that people would be allowed to visit all tourist spots in the state from August 1. All COVID 19 guidelines, including physical distancing, will be duly followed at the tourist spots, the minister explained. Srinivasa Rao said necessary repair works would be taken at the tourist spots, which remained closed for visitors since March end in the next 15 days before opening them. The neighboring Telangana state has already opened their tourist destinations for all. The minister said that the department incurred a loss of over Rs 10 crore per month due to closure of tourist spots, and cumulative loss due to the 4 months closure comes to around Rs 60 crore. Srinivasa Rao said that the government would construct 5-star and 7-star hotels at 7 tourist places in the state on private-public partnership PPP mode. Visakhapatnam fire mishap, 5 accidents within 7 months in Pharma City. Jawaharlal Nehru Pharma City at Parvada witnessed yet another industrial mishap on Monday night when huge blaze broke out in Visakhapatnam's solvents, leaving one dead and another injured. The Department of Factories held a safety awareness drive involving all stakeholders of Pharma City very recently. In the last 7 months, 5 accidents occurred in the Pharma City in which 7 persons were killed. On June 29, 2 persons died and 4 others were injured due to hydrogen sulfide leak at Sinor Life Sciences. In the same plant, a major accident occurred in 2015. In a mishap at Smilex Pharma, 2 persons died on December 27, 2019. Just a day before, 1 person died and 10 fell ill due to gas leak at Smilex unit. In 2019, 1 person died at Alkali Pharma when he fell down while doing centering work on the first floor. At Actis Generics plant, 1 person died after a fall while doing painting work. The Pharma City was set up in 2004 acres 14 years ago. There are 85 industries with 32,000 employees. In these pharma units, reactors play a crucial role in production of drugs. These reactors are of varied storage capacity from 1 kiloliters to 12 kiloliters. With spike in COVID-19 cases, Andhra Pradesh Sri Sailam Temple closed for a week. With a spike in COVID-19 cases in Sri Sailam, the district authorities have decided to close the famous Sri Sailam Temple for 1 week. 13 more COVID-19 cases were reported, taking the count to 32 in the temple alone. 5 people, including assistant priest and security men in the temple, tested positive. Temple Executive Officer K.S. Rama Rao said that 26 corona cases were reported in the last 2 days. As per the directive of the higher officials, pilgrims were not allowed to have darshan. 8 residents of the town also contracted the virus. Sanitization of the temple premises were taken up as a measure to prevent spread of coronavirus. The temple will be reopened after assessing the situation, the EO said. Temple Medical Officer M. Soma Sekhar said 32 cases were reported in Sri Sailam and its adjacent village Sunnipenta. People should take all precautionary measures to curb the spread of virus, he said. Vacant post in ULBs to be filled soon, says KTR. MAUD Minister KT Rama Rao emphasized the need to increase staff strength in proportion to the increasing population in urban local bodies ULBs. He held a review meeting on the vacancies in municipal department and instructed officials to fill the post as per the requirement. Efforts to fill vacant posts in the newly formed ULBs, especially those located adjacent to ORR, needs to be taken on priority, he said. He directed the officials to take up rationalization of available staff before recruitment of new employees in all departments of the municipalities. KTR said the recruitment would be made in accordance with the future needs of ELBs and the focus would be on filling vacancies in engineering and infrastructure development sections. Expose state government's failures, Uttam urges congressmen. TPCC President and Nalgonda MP N. Uttam Kumar Reddy urged the party cadre to expose the failures of the TRS-led government in handling the COVID situation in the state as part of the Speak Up Telangana campaign being launched on July 18. He also reiterated the demand that the state government include COVID-19 treatment in Arogya Shri scheme, pay rupees 50 lakh ex gratia to frontline workers, including health staff, sanitation staff, journalists, and police personnel who died due to COVID 19, and rupees 10 lakh ex gratia to the families of all coronavirus victims. Addressing the party cadre on Facebook on Tuesday, he, along with the CLP leader Bharti Vikramarka and TPCC COVID 19 Task Force Chairman Mari Shashidhar Reddy, decided to launch the Speak Up Telangana online campaign. Now, Nilofer Hospital staff also begin strike. Critical medical care for the COVID-19 patients went haywire after nurses, paramedical and class 4 employees staged protests in Gandhi and Nilofer, the two major tertiary hospitals. The protests broke out after new staff were recruited recently on outsourcing basis at a higher wage. The existing outsourced staff complained that the gap in salaries is almost 10,000. They alleged that, along with low wages, they have erratic pay cycles where salaries are not paid for 3 to 4 months, forcing them to take expensive loans from private money lenders. Meanwhile, at Nilofer Hospital, 100 staffers, including class 4 employees, nurses, and paramedical staffs on outsourcing basis, staged a protest saying that the new recruits were paid higher than what they were being paid. Responding to the protest, Director of Medical Education Dr. K. Ramesh Reddy said that it was wrong to strike amidst a pandemic and that they were unable to increase wages due to present rules. The matter of regularization is with the judiciary and not us. We are following only protocols and the staff must assist and join, he said. With this, we conclude with our today's news headlines. For more such latest news and updates, like, share and subscribe By and Times.